Welcome to episode 71 of our ComfyUI tutorial series. Today I will talk about the Qwen VL version 3. VL stands for Vision Language Model, which allows us to generate a prompt from an image or from a video. I am now in ComfyUI and I will show you step by step how I installed it, what errors I got, and how I fixed them. Go to Manager, click on Custom Nodes Manager, search for Qwen VL, and you will see a few versions with similar names. I am using the one by the User AI Lab, so click Install. At first, I tried the nightly version, but I got an error. Most people give up when they see an error, but I am a little more stubborn, so I closed that and tried again. This time, I chose the last number from the list. In my case, it is this one. Now the installation seems to be working. Wait for the Restart Required message, then click the Restart button. Confirm that you want to reboot. Now wait for the installation and for the next message that tells you to refresh. After that, the node should be installed. If I go to Manager again, I should see that node installed with the option to uninstall. If you do not see that, it means it did not install successfully. Let's double-click on the canvas to bring the search option, and I will search for Qwen VL. We have two versions, but I will not use the advanced one since the normal one is good enough for what I need. This is how the node looks. We can choose different models from the list. From my understanding, there is a problem with FP8 models on 30 series video cards, so avoid those. As you will see later, the 2B and 4B are the fastest and the ones I recommend. I will leave the 2B instruct version. For attention mode, I have auto, but you can try the others to see if any of them is faster. Then we have some presets that we will test. Here you can add your own prompt or formula for the model. For tokens, increase that if you have a lot of text, but for prompts, the default value should be enough. And leave random seed by default. Let's add another node, this time a load image node. Now we can connect the image output to the image input, so the model can look at our image and generate a prompt. Right now, the prompt is not displayed anywhere, so we need a node that shows that response. Search for the Preview Any node that comes with ComfyUI and connect the response to Preview Any. On the first run, the models are downloaded automatically. The first run will take some time depending on your internet speed. Now it is running, and in the console we can see that it is fetching 10 files, so we wait for those to download. By the way, if we go to our custom node in the manager, each node has a title, and if we click on that title, we can visit the GitHub page for that node. We land here, and if we scroll down, we can download some of those models manually, but they are not a single file. They are made of multiple files, like 10 or more. Back in ComfyUI, I got the first error. It says Transformers does not recognize this architecture and asks to update Transformers. But I know that command will not work on the portable version of ComfyUI. So I asked Ivo for a command I can use and how to update that. Yours might be updated and you might not get this error, but I show this in case you get the same error. Now I will close the command window and ComfyUI and go to the folder where ComfyUI is installed. Here we look for the Python embedded folder because that is where Python is installed in the portable version. Now we are inside that folder. Go to the address bar, type cmd, and press enter. That will open the command window with the path already set inside that Python embedded folder, which means we can run commands using that Python. I will use this command to uninstall Transformers. When I press enter, you can see it found a version and it successfully uninstalled it. Then I will use this command to install Transformers, and now I got the message that it was successfully installed. I will add these commands on Discord in case you need them, or you can take a screenshot and ask ChatGPT to give you the text. Let's open ComfyUI now to see if it works or if we get more errors. We have the workflow we created. Let's run it. No error yet. It seems to be working. The prompt executed in 6 seconds, and now we have our prompt. So it works. The model successfully looked at the image and generated a prompt from that image. Let's load another image, like this bunny. I will run it again. This time it took around 4 seconds, so the speed is fine. We know that getting prompts works, but how effective or accurate are those prompts? Let's test them on a workflow. I will open a Qwen image workflow, like the one we did in episode 62, but you can connect this to any workflow that has a field for the prompt. Right now, the prompt for this workflow is in this text encoder. That is where we want our prompt to go. Double-click on the canvas and add the Qwen VL node. We need an image from where we want to generate a prompt, so we add a load image node and connect it. I am loading the bunny again. Now the response needs to go to the text encoder. You can see a small yellow dot in the top left corner of that text field. When I release the cable, that prompt becomes inactive, and it will take the prompt generated by the AI model instead. I will also drag a preview node to see that prompt using the Preview Any node. Now when we run, we get our AI image description and also the generation based on that prompt. The result is kind of similar, but the color could be better, so the prompt might not be that accurate, or maybe the seed did not match well. Let's try this dog image. For this one, the result was quite okay. Keep in mind, this is not an image-to-image workflow. It is text-to-image using an AI description of an image to generate another image. For this dress, again, it was not that accurate, so I wonder if we can do better. The description might be too short. Let's try ultra-detailed description, since Qwen can handle long prompts. Now when we run it, we got a better result, more realistic. It just did not handle the flowers right, probably because of how the description said the flowers were on the dress. Let's try this house illustration. And we got this, which is not bad. You have to consider what styles your models can generate. For Flux, it might look different, so try different models. Let's try the bunny again with the ultra-detailed description. That is more what I wanted. The bunny is quite similar, so the long description helps capture the details. If I generate again, I should get a new description and also a new seed for the bunny, and it still looks similar in style, so I am quite happy with the model. The 2B model is good and quite fast. There are bigger and smarter models, but it depends on what you need. If you only generate prompts, I do not think you need more than the 4B model. But just for testing, let's see what happens if I try to run the 8B model. That model seems to have 14 files, but I do not know how big it is. If I look where the model is downloaded, we see the 2B model has around 4 GB, so it is a decent size and you can run it on most cards. But the 8B model has 16 GB. It takes forever to load that 16 GB model and also the big Qwen model, and together they use more VRAM than my video card has. So I stopped the generation after a few minutes because my entire Chrome got stuck. Let's test with the 4B model, which is smaller. This model has 12 files to download, and it is around 8 GB. If you use it alone for prompts or stories, it might work okay, but it can still be a bit slow when combined with other models. This is the result I got for the prompt generated with the 4B model, and this is what I got for the house. I do not think there is a big difference between 2B and 4B when it comes to prompts, or it is very subtle. Let's create a new workflow and test what else it can do. I am adding the Qwen VL node, and now instead of a load image node, I will add the load video upload node that comes with the video helper custom node. This time we connect to video, because if you connect to image, you will get a description only for the first frame, so make sure it is connected to video. I will upload a video, and then for the response, I am adding the Preview Any node so I can see the prompt, and we connect it. Now if we run the workflow, we get a description for it. For video, we might get better results using a different preset. For example, I can select Video Summary. When I run it now, I get more of a video style prompt. If it still does not work well, you can build your own formula customized for your needs. For example, I can take a screenshot of this workflow, then go to ChatGPT and paste that workflow, and then describe what I want, like a formula or a prompt to generate a video prompt. Similar to what I asked in this chat, it gave me a formula. I did not test how accurate it is, but the idea is that you can ask ChatGPT to change it and fine-tune the formula until it creates what you need. Then you paste that formula in the custom prompt area. For this formula, I got something that might be a bit too detailed for a video prompt, and it added some extra things, so maybe it would help to limit the number of words or include a prompt example. Let's remove that and check the other presets. For example, we also have tags. Tags can be useful for captioning and getting tags for certain loris, or maybe you need keywords for certain products. If I open another video, you can see I got different tags for this bunny. Let's also add a load image node and connect it to image. Now for the video node, we can bypass it with right-click and bypass or using Ctrl+B shortcut. Now we can get tags for that bunny image. We can try more presets. For example, we can create a cinematic prompt, so I get a long cinematic prompt. Or we can create a short story if we want. You heard it right. It looks at the image and creates a story about that image. It works like ChatGPT or other models, just a smaller version. You can actually talk to it. For example, I can ask what color the backpack has in the custom prompt, and the answer is brown. So it is accurate, and it even gave me bonus info about the material. Or I can tell it to create a verse about the image, and it does that. Make sure you play with it to see what it can do. For example, if I go back to the Qwen image workflow, I can load the image of the bunny, and in the custom prompt, I can say to create a detailed prompt for this cute cartoon bunny, 3D render, but make it hold a sign that says Pixa. So basically, it is 2-in-1. We generate a prompt and also change something in the scene. I will use the small 2B model since it is faster. When I run it, I get some extra information here, then I get the prompt, and now let's see the result. It worked. Considering it is text to image, it is impressive. Maybe we can improve the formula to say only output the prompt and no extra info. Now if I run it, we get only the prompt, and the result is this one. It is quite fun to play with it, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Do not go yet. I want to show you the winners of the November AI Art Challenge, but first I want to thank you, the legends, and everyone who subscribed to membership. 30% of the channel income is thanks to your contribution, and that helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and now I will let you enjoy the top 3 winners and a few more images from others who participated in the Black Friday Challenge.